Hi everybody, it's Vanessa Warwick here, co-founder of the Property Tribes Forum, and being an advocate of social media, I love to share information that I find valuable, but also people. So it's my pleasure to introduce Feng Shui consultant Michael Oon. And Michael, welcome. We're going to talk today about applications for Feng Shui in property, because this was something that I hadn't really considered. But first of all, what is Feng Shui?
Feng Shui is a Chinese land management system. It started off about 5,000 years ago with the start of Chinese civilization, and it's always been part of the Chinese way of life. And now it has adapted itself to being current age and also in the West.
Fantastic. So I first became aware of this through your blog, where you share sort of case studies of Feng Shui. Let's talk about it from a property investment point of view. How can you apply Feng Shui to a buy-to-let property?
With the buy-to-let property, we can help you choose a good property in the sense that this property you would always find tenants. The main drawback in buy-to-let investment is void periods. Certain properties have long void periods, whereas other properties have short void periods. And we can identify property where the void period is as low as possible, so that you would not be paying out money to cover the mortgage costs.
Would you find that with a property that had long void periods that it often has a history of having long void periods if it's been used as an investment property before by somebody else?
Yes, these properties usually have difficulty getting buyers or tenants. So if a house or property has difficulty selling, it would therefore also have difficulty getting a tenant.
And talking from commercial point of view, you actually consult on massive commercial projects like shopping centres. How does that work? How do you help commercial developers?
With commercial property developers, we do it from the master plan stage, right at the beginning. We talk with them about what their aims are, the size of land. We even help choose the right piece of land for them if they have a choice. And then we work through from design to completion and assist them in also selling of the property.
And you found that you can actually charge it, they can actually get a premium price at the end of the project, can't they?
That's the usual case. If they listen to us all the way, they'll complete the project on time and on budget, and they also can sell it at a premium.
So it makes sense that if people are going to use a Feng Shui consultant, to get you in as soon as possible, as early as possible in the project.
That's the best case, yes.
How about for just small commercial businesses? Because you had a case recently where you did a Feng Shui appraisal of a street, and on one side the businesses were failing and on the other side the businesses were all thriving. How did you put that down to a Feng Shui perspective?
Well, it is about the energy flow. It is right down in Guildford town at the bottom where the energy was hitting one side of the street but missing the other side. On the missing side there were about 8 shops on this side that were vacant and are to be let. They're looking for tenants.
And you very often find, I know from your blogs, you very often find that that businesses, that premises that have failed have got a history of having failed businesses in them.
Yes, that's the case.
So how do you actually appraise a building from a Feng Shui perspective and a commercial perspective?
I have to go there and look at it, whether it gets energy. The whole principle of Feng Shui is whether the building gets energy. And it's from this energy that it will do well. And it's only by my visitation there that I can assess whether there will be any energy there.
So what would you say to people that say, you know, oh, it's all airy-fairy and, you know, just ancient stuff that's not relevant today? What would you say to them?
Well, it takes your money and takes your choice. But the main point is, I know that it works, and in my blogs I have been putting it down in a very logical and Western fashion, bearing in mind that I was a forensic scientist with the Metropolitan Police for 20 years, and I find credibility and integrity a very, very important thing, especially when you do it with authenticity. So also property, just sole trader property type developers could also use Feng Shui, and also maybe holiday letters like me could use Feng Shui to help find a good holiday let property. Would that have a slightly different approach to a normal buy-to-let investment? A good property is always good property is always a good property,
yes,
irrespective of the type of how you want to use the property. So it could be from a long let or to a holiday let. It's a good property, you find always good tenants.
Fantastic. So I guess what we could say is that Feng Shui could be another level of due diligence when you're looking for an investment or a development, or for larger commercial developers. It's another layer of due diligence, another layer of risk management.
It can be considered risk level of risk management, but the main point is you save money in the long run.
Fantastic. Well, it's very interesting talking to you, Michael, and I do recommend that you follow Michael on Twitter and also check out his blog, because you share a lot of information that makes Feng Shui very accessible to people that don't necessarily understand it. And I love the different angles that you add to this. I never ever thought of it in the context of property investment before, so it's really interesting to hear your views. So thank you for joining me. It's Michael Oon, Feng Shui consultant, and hope you've enjoyed watching. Thank you.